This is Igbo Area TV.
Nnamdi Kanu to Atiku asks Buhari to go for a DNA test. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, who is on the search list of the Nigerian government, has decided to offer legal advice to the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Kanu, who spoke on a live broadcast, told Atiku to ask President Muhammadu Buhari to go for a DNA test to prove his originality. DNA test is a deoxyribonucleic acid that contains the genetic code and information of every single individual on it. His words: I will offer free legal advice to Atiku live on air in the hope that they will use it, because it is obvious Atiku won the election and APC are deploying all instrument of coercion at the disposal of the Nigerian state to deny his mandate. Between Atiku and the man occupying Aso Rock, only Atiku is a Nigerian, the other is a Sudanese. Atiku is not a Nigerian by birth, but he is by choice, through referendum at the age of 15. But the other person is neither Nigerian by birth nor by choice. Atiku should demand for Buhari's DNA, and if it turns out that the person in Aso Rock is Buhari, I will drop my agitation immediately. Recall that Buhari's legal team had queried Atiku's citizenship and also told the election tribunal that Atiku is a Cameroonian and not Nigerian. In the view of the above, Kanu said the weak and porous argument Atiku's defense team is making in response to this line of attack by APC is to say that it is ludicrous to allege that a man who became Nigerian vice president, who has lived, invested and paid tax in the country for years, is not a citizen. Speaking further, he said, this is a wholly unnecessary digression that failed to address the unconstitutional question of place of birth as key qualification for anybody seeking to become the president of Nigeria. That Atiku was a vice president is not the issue at hand, but rather his suitability as defined by the Constitution of Nigeria. However, APC putting up the argument in court is a vindication that everything I say on Radio Biafra is the truth. It may appear outlandish and unbelievable at first, but eventually history always vindicates me. It's now over to Atiku's team to unleash what they have against Jubril, he continued. Anambra Court frees all suspects of Ozubulu massacre. An Anambra State High Court sitting in Awka has discharged and acquitted the suspects in the killing of 13 worshippers at St. Philip's Catholic Church, Ozubulu, in Ekwusigo local government area of the state. The mass killing took place on August 6, 2017. In a 3-hour judgment, Justice Fidelis Aniukwu said the prosecution counsel was unable to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the culpability of the defendants, Chinedu Abunono and Onyebuchi Mbanefo, concerning the crime. The court had in December 2018 discharged 2 out of the 4 suspects arraigned before it on the matter. Justice Aniukwu said the prosecution witness could not provide any evidence linking the defendants to the murder as alleged. Reacting, the defense counsel Festus Kayemo, senior advocate of Nigeria, described the judgment as a landmark in the view of as a related hearing according to it. Kayemo said it is the prosecution's right to appeal the judgment. But from what I witnessed in the court today, it will be very difficult for the appeal court to overturn the judgment. Speaking to newsmen, one of the freed suspects, Chinedu Abunono, who was full of gratitude, thanked God for vindicating him from what he called an attempt by some persons to smear his reputation. He said he has forgiven his traducers, urging them to join hands to ensure that peace returns to the Ozubulu community. He said, from the beginning, I told my people that I was not involved in the killing, but the Lord has given me victory as a proof that I am very innocent. I didn't know I was very important to my people until I saw excitement in the faces of the crowd that came to court. I have already forgiven all the hands that put me in prison. I thank those that stood by me throughout my travail. I also thank my lawyer and the judge for delivering a fair and sound judgment. The prosecution counsel, Mr. J.J. Ezuko, senior advocate of Nigeria, in his reaction said he would determine the next step after he might have received a copy of the judgment. As oil producers, we should frustrate sale of electric cars in Nigeria, said Deputy Senate President Ekweremadu. Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu has said that as an oil-producing country, sale of electric cars in Nigeria should be frustrated. This will enable us to sell our oil, Ekweremadu argued. Ekweremadu spoke at a plenary on Wednesday as the senators debated a bill sponsored by Senator Ben Murebru's PDP Bayelsa East. The Senator Ben Murebru has sponsored a bill for an act to phase out petrol vehicles by 2035 and introduce electric cars. In his argument, the senators had argued that electric cars are healthy, economical, and would not deplete the ozone layer. In no distant time, combustible vehicles would be phased out, and the earlier Nigeria buys into the change, the better. I own an electric car that I have been using for the past 5 years. It is cheaper to maintain and durable, the senator added. The bill ignited debates in the hallowed chamber as each senator held reasons for the rejection of the bill. In a submission, Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu commended Murebru for his uncommon common sense and brilliant ideas, but noted that ancillary to Section 41 of the 1999 Constitution grants Nigerians freedom of movement, and there is no need to introduce a law to mandate the use of electric cars. Continuing, Ekweremadu said, besides, in economic sense, we are an oil-producing country, so we should do everything possible to frustrate the sale of electric cars in Nigeria to enable us to sell our oil. Senator Barau Jibrin, APC Kanu, said while electric vehicles no doubt would be more friendly to the environment and health, making its use mandatory was not feasible. We have to look at individuals' net worth. Not all Nigerians can afford the vehicles at a given time. We all know the importance of vehicles in our daily lives, so banning use of fuel cars will cause hardship, particularly for those who may not be able to acquire electric cars. Murebru withdrew the bill ultimately. On the foreign scene, world's largest plane makes first flight. The world's largest aircraft, a carbon composite plane, took its first flight on Saturday from California, US, over the Mojave Desert in California. The carbon composite plane was by Stratolaunch Systems Corp., a company started by late Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen as a company enters the lucrative private space market. A white airplane called Rook, nicknamed after a giant metrical bird, was a wingspan the length of an American football field and is powered by 6 engines on a twin fuselage. Took to the air shortly before 7 a.m. Pacific Time, 1400 GMT. The world's largest airplane, built by the late Paul Allen's company Stratolaunch System, makes its first test flight in Mojave, California, US, April 13, 2019. Reuters, Jane Blevins. It stayed aloft for more than 2 hours before landing safely back at the Mojave Air and Space Port as a crowd of hundreds of people cheered. What a fantastic first flight! Today's flight furthers our mission to provide a flexible alternative to ground launch systems. We are incredibly proud of the Stratolaunch team. Today's flight flew our partners at Northrop Grumman, Scaled Composite, and the Mojave Air and Spaceport, Jane Freud, Stratolaunch CEO, said in a statement on the company's website. The plane is designed to drop rockets and other space vehicles weighing up to 500,000 pounds at an altitude of 35,000 feet. It has been built by the company as making satellite deployment as easy as booking an airline flight. The Saturday's flight, which saw the plane reach a maximum speed of 189 miles per hour at an altitude of 17,000 feet, was meant to test its performance and handling qualities, according to Stratolaunch. Allen, who co-founded Microsoft with Bill Gates in 1975, announced in 2011 that he had formed the privately funded Stratolaunch. Allen died in October 2018 while suffering from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma just months after the plane's development was unveiled. Thanks for listening to Igbo Area TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. You can also visit our Facebook page and like the page. You can join our Facebook group, Igbo Area TV. God bless you and Bye for now.